What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Kyrie,
And it's your boy Hammy.
and welcome to season 2 of What's
That's
the
the
Point?
point. We are back in the building for season 2. We are so ready to talk our talk and entertain all of you. Today's episode, we are just going to kind of do a recap of our 2024. And we'll just kind of get into what we felt was big moments in 2024 and also moments that happened in our life.
So, what we did was we went to ChatGPT and we asked a couple of prompts to give us a couple of lists of particular things that happened over 2024. Now, we're not going to go over everything. We kind of reviewed it, and we're going to pick out the things that we felt kind of stuck out the most. As you see, we still have our wonderful producers with us, Shazam and Carnage. Give a big hello to you boys. You
What's
know,
up?
um, they also will be giving us their 2024 milestones as well. Now, before we jump into the list, my guy, it took us a minute. I am going to hold you to get it back into the swing of things. I know that we took a sabbatical, and that sabbatical went so damn long. Life was lifing. Like we were only supposed to, I think, what was it, like a month or so. We were only supposed to be on sabbatical from, I want to say, October to November. Somehow it just stretched so goddamn damn far that we're now just starting back our season. And thank you to the people that constantly asked us when we were coming back, because it gave us that thing to, like, okay, we need to get back in the swing of things. But I will say for myself, one of the major things that stumped me was like going through my depression and all that type of fuck shit, working myself out of that. That's kind of been a major milestone. I'll start kicking that off with that. But it feels so good to be doing this again. It feels so good to be doing it with you guys and to actually going into this new season with different ideas and more guests and a lot more things happening. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Why you looking dry? What's going on? Talk to me. Why you wake up?
Your commentary is very dry right now. So it's
My commentary is dry right now. I'm just being very sentimental. I'm just talking. I'm not trying to get into anything
You,
as of
you
yet.
muted.
I'm well aware, but I was letting you take your little rant because I'm just
But it doesn't help me if you sit here with a blank stare on your face like you're just interested in what I have to say.
because I thought we were just going to jump into the topics. I didn't know you were going to give
Wait,
overhaul of how we found the topics and where we did this.
Why? Why not?
Like nobody needs
wait.
to know that. We just need to talk about our
How do you not
2024
know? How do
review.
you not know that our guests don't want to know a little behind the scenes of what we did to how to get the things?
When you
People
watch a
like
talk
those things.
show, do they say the producer searched this internet website for this topic today?
Yes, some
No, they
people
do
do.
not. No, they do
Yes, you
not.
do have some that do that.
They do not.
No, we
Yes, they
don't.
do. Yes,
No, Sweet
some.
Pea. No, Sweet Pea.
You're muted. You're muted.
They just talk about the topics. Or they might say in the Washington Post today, but they don't say, we pulled up 72 topics on ChatGPT and then decide we
But I
combed through
disagree
them
with that.
and we decided to pick up
I
out of
think you're
everything that
nitpicking.
was necessary.
I think you're
I'm
nitpicking.
not nitpicking.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
telling you how I feel, and that is my
Right. And your feelings
and
are
I can own my
nitpicking what
feelings.
I'm doing.
You can't
Your
invalidate how I
feelings.
feel. You
Who
can't
said
invalidate
invalidate?
how I
I think
feel.
you're nitpicking. That's period. That's it.
Let's move on to the topics.
I'm
What
sorry.
would you like to discuss first?
Me. Always me. Don't talk to me. No.
This is gonna be a
Uh,
long show.
look, hey, you better strap yourself in, bitch. We got how many more to go?
Strap on. No, that's fine.
Shit, you better
Ah,
strap it in. So as we went through the list, Which one stood out to you?
I thought you just said we were going to start with you. Make a
No,
decision.
bitch. You just said let's start with the list.
And then you said we're going to start with me.
Yeah, I was being silly.
We could have just started with you and got that out of the way.
I'm throwing it to you to give you time to talk, since you know how I can just monopolize time.
Oh my
I
God!
just
So
said I
Do you want this to be a full show of an argument? Because you really are gearing up. You really, really are gearing up for an argument.
Me?
Is that what you want?
Me?
Yes, you are. Yeah,
Me?
you are.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you
it's
are.
you.
Because you're gaslighting, and you're pushing my buttons. And I can
I'm
feel it
not
in
at
my
all.
soul.
I'm not
I
at
can
all.
feel it in my soul.
I was actually just sitting here and then
So,
you said, why am I looking
hey,
so
hey,
bored?
hey. How about this? Let's go back to what you started with. You said you were dealing with depression during the time off. Was it like seasonal depression? What was going on with your thought process?
Oh,
What
we'll get
had
back
you
to that.
down?
I'm about to. Nah.
So let's talk about it.
This is what I'm hitting. No, I'm kidding. All right, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying. Let's talk about it. To answer your question, if you want, so we'll go that direction. To answer your question, oh, thank you for the lights. So it was a combination of seasonal depression as well as also dealing with the everyday depression that I just chronically have. So it's sometimes it's difficult to describe how heavy depression can make you feel. And when you compile that with having severe anxiety on top, someone on Facebook, a friend of mine, posted this and says, depression makes you not care about anything. Anxiety makes you care about everything. And when you have both, it's like hell. So it's very weird. Carnage, what are you doing? It's being a complete distraction.
You focus.
No, I can't. That's the point
Continue with your thing.
of the show. Um, no, to what I was saying though. When it comes to those things, it can put a lot of halt in your life. So it stopped me from wanting to do every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? My store, the podcast, my book, all those things. And it did a disservice to y'all. Because I know the ways y'all were ready to get back to the show. And because I was dealing with so many mental things that it was like, y'all, like, okay, Kyrie, when are you going to get up and move and get up and get things going? So I know I took a lot of that on me as to why we also were not back where we were as soon as possible. But I don't, like I said, to what your point, I don't want to make it heavy. I just wanted to open the floor with, some real shit. Maybe that was too real for you in the beginning. But I like to explain, give my people their understanding of why we work here. You know what I mean? Welcome them into what's going on. You know what I mean? You may not need all the behind the stage tea, but there's some people that just want to get to know really, the thing of it all. Because there are folks out there that have depression and things that stop them, and they want to, be able to relate. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have no issue with talking about depression. It was the bibliography you were giving about where the topics are coming from. I am all about giving a background on your mental status and where we were and how things were moving while we were on hiatus. I have no issue with that, friend. So what you were just talking about, I think those things can help people when you discuss what you were going through. But I want to ask this: how did you move through it to get back where we are now? Like, what did you do to push through it?
A lot of conversations. Like we've had a lot of conversations. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I started trying to take my mental health a lot more seriously. I'm not saying that I didn't take it seriously in the beginning. What I mean is I'm trying to really be 100% more active in my mental health journey and really trying to get up and move and not allow myself to be stuck in my head. Like we had a big conversation the other day about my whole fear of rejection. One of the reasons why I had a whole big hard time putting this podcast out first season was because I was afraid people were going to reject it. And then we come to find out that it was complete opposite, that people actually enjoyed it and liked the things that we were doing, and it just shows you how powerful your mind can be when it comes to stopping you from living your truth and living your life. There are so many people in this world that want to have that same get up and go and get up and do, but your mind works against you. It is like being in prison all the time, that you want to do these wonderful things that you have created, and you look at them and it's like you can't seem to make yourself or get yourself find the want to do it, but it's there and you can't bring it to the surface. So you're fighting yourself, you're fighting your body. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever had those moments where it's literally like you're fighting your body to do the positive things that you're trying to do to make your life better. And everybody around you is telling you these things, and everybody around you is giving you all the advice and all the love. And then you're just sitting there because you know it to be true. But your mind is a powerful thing that if you don't know how to retrain it, if you don't know how to step into who you are, which can take a lot of time and therapy and patience with yourself. That was something else that I didn't have. I didn't have patience with myself. I thought this podcast was supposed to blow up automatically. I thought my store was going to take off automatically. Like I had to come to the revelation of stop wanting a popcorn life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Stop wanting that instantaneous thing that we are taught, that we are taught to want to have. Everything comes quick. I mean, and it's so sad because those are those things that come quick are not the substantial things that last, and you know it deep down. You know it deep down that you have to put in the substantial hard work to make those things that you want actually come to fruition. And that was my problem. I had to face that reality. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow up in a lot of ways with that, But in a nutshell, 'cause I know I've kind of gone a little more with explaining with that. That is ultimately what it was just me having to grow up, step up, like realize that other people are tied to my future. And I can't sit around and let that go to waste.
Well, I do want to say kudos to you because I see the growth in you.
Stupid ass.
I do, like me being silly, but I do see the growth, and I've seen you come quite a way in just this last year, from where you maybe were at the end of 2023. It was, I saw you make a difference. I do think you're talented, and I think that you have some great ideas. I think it's the follow through is the struggle, because like you
It
said,
is.
like you put out one advertisement for your t-shirt company, and everybody was supposed to buy a t-shirt. And when that didn't happen, you were kind of like, "Wah wah, I don't want to do this."
And we did have very big heart to hearts about that main thing. That, hey, I did this, look at me. And it's like it doesn't work that way. Reality does not work that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
Um,
P.S. We're plugging your t-shirt store. Everyone, he has a t-shirt store.
yes, I do have a store. It is called ArtisticWizardryStudios.com. I am a graphic designer. I have shifted a lot in my career life as well to the graphic design phase or point of life, which is something I wanted to do, but was, again, afraid to fucking do. I give kudos to y'all for pushing me a lot. We're not going to make this whole thing about me. That's not going to happen. Because I definitely want to shift gears. I know things have happened to you as well, and I want to give you an opportunity to talk about those things that have happened with you being a parent, and now finally getting weekends to yourself this year. That is something that I know for you has been a very big monumental thing as far as getting more free time, to have that time to just be a whore, as well as get your mental clarity together. You know what I'm saying? And
I
continue to be a
prefer to
whore.
call it being
But
adult.
I prefer to go being a slut, but I don't slut shame, because if I was like you, bitch, I'd be getting my boots knocked on a regular basis, honey. I'd be getting everything licked and waxed and all. Trust and believe. That's all.
Wow. Okay.
So, anyway, my 2024, so I have 2 children that I'm raising, and it just one started high school and one started preschool. And it was just kind of a blessing. And a couple folks, like, she was going to daycare while I was at work. So now daycare is much less because she's in school full time. A blessing. Um, the teenager is starting to teenager, and so dealing with the attitudes and the laziness, and it's a struggle when but I'm pushing through, and I'm gonna get to the other side
All right.
where
Tell the dishes story because that's amazing. I love that one. Tell the dishes story.
wait, which one? It's a
The
couple.
most
It's a
the
couple
most
times
re-
I had to
the
get
most recent one when we were out of town and he waited like a week to
oh
wash the dishes that you asked and they just piled up until you lost your shit.
yeah, so we went out of town on a Thursday, and Thursday morning, as I was leaving, he was still in the bed because they were on winter break. And I said, my brother was coming to get them. So I said, wash these dishes before your uncle come get you. Get it done. And he said, I will. So I come back Sunday afternoon and the dish is still in the sink with more dishes on top of those. So I immediately said, you better go in there and wash them dishes. And he was cleaning up his room. So he said, as soon as I clean up my room, this was like, I think we got home about 5 o'clock. So then about 7, I say, them dishes still sitting in the sink. So then 8:30 rolls around and I'm putting the little one in the bed and the dish is still in the sink. So then I open his bedroom door, and I say, go wash them dishes now because you have to go to bed at 10 o'clock. You have school tomorrow. And he says, I'm gonna wash them with an attitude. And I said, no, 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 no. It's not what we doing today. Go wash them dishes right now. I'm cleaning up my room. I was like, you've been cleaning up your room for the last 4 hours. And I hear you talking on the phone. Go in there and wash them dishes. And then he said, I am. And then I
It's the
walked up
yelling
on
back.
him and I walked up on him and was just like, you pissing me off. And if you want to play this game, we could play it. And he stomped in the kitchen and washed them dishes. But that's just the stuff that you go through. But I digress. Parenting is
See,
parenting. That's been all of 2024. But I
What
do
I
want
want
to mention
to go ahead.
see, I
I,
would have had some real, problems with that.
I did. I did. So because the story, like Kyrie heard the story like right after it
Right?
happened. I
Yeah,
think because it happened like a week and a half ago, I'm kind of fluffing over it, how
yeah.
upset I was in the moment.
All right, I want you to get back into that bag, honey. I'm trying to
but,
get back into it
but
because you was pissed off. Okay, I'm tell you some shit. He called me on fire, honey. He was not happy. You understand? He said, I almost killed this boy today. You don't even understand what happened in this house. I
Wait,
almost killed him.
wait. He called you like you.
Baby, Himmy was angry. Himmy
yes,
was angry.
I was very, very heated. Like but I keep telling myself this don't last forever. Teenager stuff don't last forever. He's gonna come back full circle
That little
in
radio
4 or
boy.
5
Oh
years.
no. No, 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 no. I'm gonna take you back to another one. When she broke her tablet. When Miss State broke that tablet and tried you. Honey, yes. We need to go. Yeah, see, look at this face. Yes. Come with it. Come with it, bitch. Because this thing, if you don't tell it, I'm gonna tell it because it's funny as shit. So look, they bought her a
So the
tablet. I'm gonna tell you,
4-year-old.
they bought her
I
a tablet for Christmas, right? Nice little cute tablet. Now, Himmy was packing some things for her to go to her mother's house for the weekend, looking for the tablet, couldn't find it. Asked
no,
her where
no,
she was.
stop. Wait,
See, okay,
stop.
I'm giving the abbreviation. You got to give the actual
Yes.
story. There, you come on
I
now.
have to go back to where it started. So this was like the 2 days before she was going to her mom's house. Um, I picked her up from daycare. And usually on the days I work from home, I charge all her electronic stuff so it could be charged up. but I couldn't find her tablet. So when she got in the car, I said, I haven't seen your tablet. I was trying to charge it up. Where's your tablet? And she said, Oh, I don't need my tablet. And I didn't say I didn't think anything about it that day. I just was like, okay, girl, fine.
The
So,
nonchalant way she answers these questions, I need to pay attention to this shit. Because
so
Miss
she
Thing
was
is
going to see her mom the next day, and I was trying to pack her stuff up. And I was like, Where is your tablet? And we in her room, and she's sitting on the bed. So she get off the bed. She said, Whew, mind you, she's 4. She's sitting, she's sitting on the bed. She get off the bed and say, Ooh, aren't you tired? Let's go to bed. Which she won't never say. And I'm like, what? And then I said, something was wrong. So then I said, Where's your tablet? And she said, Oh, I'm just want to get in the bed. She tried to cut her light off. And I was like, No, where's your and then I said, Is it under the bed? And then she jumped in her bed and got under the covers and said, I'm sleepy. So, so I know something is happening now. So I look under the bed and her tablet is pushed all the way to the back wall, and I'll grab it and I pull it out and it's cracked. So in sometimes when she gets upset, she throws things, which is something we're working on. And I don't know
It
if she threw it
happens.
or how she broke it. Because whenever she broke it, I wasn't around. But she threw it up, she slid it under the bed to try to hide the fact that she broke it. Then she was coming up with everything she could to keep me from talking about the tablet, which I'm like, now I got to keep my eye on this 4-year-old because she real sick. But and then other things happened after I saw that tablet was broke, but we won't discuss that on this show. But needless to say, nothing else has been broken. But yeah, she pulled the okey doke on me with the I'm so tired. Let's turn off the light and go to sleep. She said like, I don't need my tablet. I'll just play with my phone. I'll just play with my phone.
Wow.
the
But
joys
yeah,
of
kids are kidding, and it's okay. It's the trials and tribulations of parents. For any of parents out there, I'm sure you get it. But I
Yeah.
did want to give a kudos to you, Kyrie, about something that happened last year that you inspired me to do because you have taken on all these different things and you started writing a book. I don't know where that's landing in your lap right now, but you
uh,
started writing a book.
you finish it and I'll tell you. Yeah.
Right. And so I actually wrote a book from beginning to end like 10 years ago. And it's been sitting, gathering dust on my bookshelf because I lost the flash drive that it was actually on. So now I have to type it into the computer again, and I'm changing some stuff because I never liked the end of the book. But I want to say that you inspired me to take that project back on and get it done in 2025. So thank you, Fran. You inspired me to do that.
That's what's
So
Tell
up.
me
give
what
you
the name of the book
kudos.
is. Tell me what the name of the book is.
The book is called Between Friends, and it's about these 4 friends who are in their late 20s. It's set in 2003, and it's
Definitely
about
not
the
about
child.
us.
No, it's 2 girls and 2 guys, and it could be
Again,
loosely
not about
based
us.
on my childhood friendships with my besties. It's loosely based on that, but it's just about the trials and tribulations of life and how your friends hold you down during those times, and that's kind of what the book is about. So
I
I'm
read
gonna
it.
try to get it finished this year and get it published. So that's the plan. So look out for that, everybody.
So, yes, thank you so much for that. My book, it's called Tales of Celestia. It is a fantasy novel. It is inspired by things like Avatar: The Last Airbender and Sailor Moon and Power Rangers and um, all fantasy things like that. So if you enjoy those kind of books, you'll enjoy this one. Um, where it is, so It is still in production, but it is writing a book, especially when it's your first time being an author, is incredibly difficult. I have a good chunk of the story put together, but the problem I'm finding is I have so many ideas. It is difficult to filter the ideas down or get them to fit sometimes. I have about, I want to say, 8 or 9 chapters worth of material. It's just trying to get it to at least start to sound cohesive and like what I really wanted to sound like. It did fall into the gap of the things, like you start, you stop, you start, you stop. But this is something that I really, really want to pursue. And so still in the works. It is still in the works. It's just that there are other things right now that are a little bit more important, have to take precedent, like the show and my store. The book itself is probably going to have to be something I do kind of in the between of it all. But the book itself is about 5 champions that are chosen via random. The world is called Celestia, named after the goddess Celestine. After the antithesis of chaos named Melric tries to destroy her world, she chooses 5 people to take on the power of the elements to also bond with her 5 mythical beasts that she had created to defeat him the first time around, to now defeat him again. And it's
Wait,
a whole lot of
what's the 5th element?
Huh?
What's the 5th element?
Lightning. But I like that reference though, you know what I'm saying? Fifth Element was an awesome movie. But yes. Actually, those are the 5 core, but then there are 3 others. So it's a lot. It's a big, vast world. Each warrior comes from a different realm that is based around a particular element in which they will be embodying. And I don't want to go too much into it, but it is going to have some suspense and some action, and all that good stuff. It's going to be in that mid range between like young adult and adult. I don't know. It's not really going to be a child's teenage book. That's not my lane. My lane is more over 21, so that's probably where it's going to fall. But yes, please look out for that. Probably I would say next year. That's my goal, is to have that done next year, because I'm also learning book writing takes a lot of time and a lot of drafts, a lot of fucking drafts. So that's where it is, to answer your question. It's a learning process. I'm getting it together. You know what I mean?
All right, so enough about us. Let's talk about some
Yeah.
events that happened in 2024 that I feel like made us happy or shook us to our core. And I'm going to give the first one.
Yes.
That man who got elected.
You said we were gonna save. You just went right to the bullet.
No, let's get right now. I think that was the biggest event of 2024.
Yeah.
For Americans, for other countries
for the world.
too, for the world.
No one wanted him in office. No one wanted him in office.
This
Let
man,
me take a swig for everybody. Hold on.
right? Me too. You know what? Damn it.
Ooh.
I don't have liquor right now, but I'm high as fuck, so I'm good. I'm right there with you. I mean, do we have comments? I know we have comments. Who wants to go first? Like, do we? That's what
I would like. I'll tell you what I'm living for right now is the things that this man is putting into play and how it is affecting so many people who voted for him. And all these videos on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook with these people, whatever color they were, now crying because he done laid you off from your federal job, or he done took your food stamps, or he did all these things, but you voted this man in the office, and now you crying to the world that you made a mistake. Too late, too little, too late. And so I'm living for watching these people and their regret and getting a little joy out of it, because this man should have never got back in office. That's my personal opinion. So I am living for those videos when I see the lady crying, saying, "My food stamps got cut off. How could he do this to me? I voted for him. I trusted." That's what you get. And
Uh, um,
that's just me.
Here's my thing, and excuse me, I'm sorry, I gotta put my phone on vibrate, y'all. Boom. So here's my thing with the whole situation. To your point, I agree. He shouldn't have been voted in office. You know why he shouldn't have been voted in office? The sad point is, we just see that this country is still racist to its core. And they'd rather see a white man in power than a black woman that can actually provide and do right for this country and turn this country around. So for me to see these people with these reactions, like you, I don't feel sympathy. I don't necessarily feel joy, but I feel nothing because you were told. You were told. You know what I mean? And it gets to a certain point where you honestly just get tired of telling stupid people things and you have to let them find out for themselves. Like, this man intends to turn everything on its head. If you even look at what happened yesterday when Zelensky went to the White House, you literally had Vance and Trump try to berate this man and yell at this man. This is a leader of a country, and they think they have right to disrespect this man. That's a problem that we as a country have to deal with because of people who decided they wanted this person in power. Whether it was for a joke, whether it was for racism, whether it was for misogynistic reasons, it doesn't even fucking matter. The point now is that we are sitting in a shitstorm of what the fuckness. Because every single day it's something fucking different to shock the American people and the people around the fucking world to the point you just get fucking tired. And then when they start really doing the fuck shit, you're not gonna fucking care because they've shocked you so goddamn much that they've taken all that surprise out of you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna get too deep with it because you know I can do that. To the people that decide that this is what you wanted, this is what you voted for, I feel no sympathy for you for getting what is happening to you. And for those who don't feel any sympathy about anything that's happening overall, it's because it has not happened to you. And that's one of the things I also see when it comes to this election. A lot of people who don't give a fuck about the things that are happening in this world, it's because there's nothing directly affecting them. And that selfishness is why we deal with the shit that we have to fucking deal with right now. And that's the fucking problem. You know, I'm going to let that be for now because there's so much more that I can fucking say about the fact that we have a president that will lick the boots of a dictator rather than work with another fellow leader of a country to bring to end a war that should have never fucking started. It's amazing to me to see our leader basically hand the keys over to someone who was not elected to do nothing. He bought this. Let's be honest. Elon Musk bought this. He bought this. And he's playing with our country like a fucking toy. And I don't give a shit how anybody feels. That's the fucking truth. Elon Musk bought this shit and he's playing with our country like a fucking toy. And when he breaks it, who the fuck is going to fix it? Because it ain't them. Before I really start to spout on some shit, let's move on to a different topic. Because
no,
at this point,
no, because I want to, I want to go back and follow up on some stuff. Um, let's see. So the backpedal a little bit, like a lot of that stuff you said is not wrong, but I want you to realize that a lot of these people that voted for the stuff that you said they voted for didn't realize that was what they were voting for. Like we are in a lane of propaganda. A lot of people get their news from Fox News because it's the most prominent news station, and they peddle lies constantly. And when you're within that bubble, they don't realize that that's the lie. They don't have outside sources to know what's true and what's not. Now, I'm not going to negate that some of these people are voting because they are indeed racist or prejudiced. I think we throw around racist too much. Most people are just prejudiced. But you have to realize a lot of people thought they were doing their due diligence and were voting for the concerns that they had. We are all dealing with economic struggles. It's not all about transgender rights, what the LGBTQ is doing, what black people are doing. A lot of people don't really give a fuck about that. A lot of people just are concerned with what's going on with their pockets, them being able to eat. And to Agent Orange's credit, he was pretty much the only one speaking towards that. Yes, Kamala did begin with that, but over time she lost that messaging. And then everyone went back to like, this is what I want. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I need. I need help. And the only one that was speaking towards that was Agent Orange. So you can't put it on everybody saying that they're stupid. If you've gone through a lot of the message, they're saying that this is not what I voted for. I didn't want wars. Like, people where I came from are being hurt. This person said they would stop it. I can't
But
afford the rent. I can't afford my food. This person said this is going to change once he's in office. So
we
it's
do
not just the case of just racism. It's a case of the fact that our politicians have not been servicing us as a whole, not on the Republican side, not on the Democratic side, just as a whole. These people, and this is more of a class war than a race war. These people have been worried more about their fucking pockets than actually serving the people that they're supposed to be elected for.
okay. But
So
the
I
only
don't
thing
want you to go
he did
around calling people
was
stupid
just
because
speak
they were
to
duped.
no. The only thing he did was just say the fluff words people wanted to hear. He had no intention of doing any of those things as we see right now. That's the major point. I'm sorry for using the word stupid,
But how do they
but
realize
that's
this
a
when they
great
don't know where to get this information from?
say what?
How do they realize that when they don't know where to get the proper information from?
That's not true. A lot
No,
of people do
that's
watch
kind
Fox
of.
News, but news
They
information
watch Fox
every
News. They go on social media. They're on X. Who owns X?
okay. But you do have people on these platforms who are trying to give out the correct information. So it is no one's fault if they choose not to take the right information or do the research for themselves.
Yeah, but I'm
And
saying, how do they
I
know?
will give you that Kamala, Kamala, she did not have enough time to get out the message that she had. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? But I understand where you're coming from. That's a personal feeling for me. And rather than expound and go into a long, drawn out type of debate, which we can do, let that be what that is. And then we're going to move on and step into something a little lighter, if you will. You know what I'm saying? My man Hemi, do you want to grab the next topic for us, please, sir?
I don't know that the topic is lighter than we agreed on. But it might be a little less contentious. But we said we were going to discuss Diddy.
We did and that's another thing. We did say we wanted to talk about that. And I do also want to cover Drake and Kendrick as well, because that was also pretty cool. So
That was my topic. But
exactly. I want to give Carnage a chance to speak on that as well. But the Diddy situation, that right there has been wild, to say the least.
wait, did you know that when we woke up today, right now, Tony Busby has filed 8 lawsuits against him, 8 more?
I tell you what, before I get into my opinion, why don't you please grace us with the information that you know regarding the Diddy situation? Because you are all over this, no Diddy, about the situation yourself. You are all over it yourself, sir. So why don't you give us what you know on this, please?
Basically, he fucked. Um,
Can we expound some thoughts, if you don't mind? Thank
oh
you.
my God, like literally, some lawsuits are fake. I get that, but everybody is saying the exact same thing. Um, it's been lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits. Some people we knew that his artist was being fucked over. We just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We just didn't know they were literally being fucked too. But yeah.
yeah. um, yeah, we just didn't care until later when they say, oh, uh, um, Don Richardson is suing him for false advertising or whatever she's suing him for or whatever. And I would be like, yeah, I was wondering what was happening with her because she was on the Diddy train, but what?
Oh,
Oh,
I was sorry. I was gonna say she wasn't exactly on the Diddy train, but with a lot of these people in business with them, they feel like if I keep going, perhaps in time that he will eventually pay.
yeah.
So she has a lot of equity tied up in the Diddy, and a lot of people don't realize this. Like his last Train to Paris album, the main contributor to that was her.
But
That whole song was Dawn.
but that's right. But when is the time that she said, okay, he fucking me over? Just 2024.
I hear
Well,
you.
she did an interview and she said it had been happening,
Right.
but and no one, everyone was so terrified of Diddy that people weren't really speaking about it. And it takes one person, i.e., Cassie,
Yep.
to sometimes it just takes one person to stand up to a tyrant to watch the kingdom crumble, and
They
everybody
uh,
will then step forward.
he's not that bad. He's not that bad to stand up to.
I don't even think it's that. I think it was the fact that he got locked up and there was no chance of him having any direct
Retaliation.
retribution.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I
So
think it was a number of those things.
I just pulled up what is it? The highlights of things that have happened. I'm gonna just give you a couple of them. In March 2024, federal agents conducted a raid on his home. Remember that in Los Angeles and New York and Miami. Let's see, in September, he was arrested. Now he's held in Brooklyn.
I'm back.
So the recent things, I'm sorry, his attorney just withdrew. So Anthony Rico, one of his defense attorneys, filed a motion to withdraw from the case, citing an inability to continue effective representation. What do we think that means?
Yes, he said for ethical reasons.
Right,
So
ethical reason.
Wait. Allegedly.
no, that's not
Allegedly,
alleged. That's actually in the court filings.
okay, right.
So
Allegedly.
Because this is coming from Forbes.com that I'm reading this right now. Uh, so this development has raised questions about the stability of Combs' legal defense ahead of his trial. They've also they have a suspension of evidence. Combs' legal team has sought to suppress evidence obtained during the 2024 raids, arguing that the search warrants were overly broad and based on misleading information.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I think, and this is alleged. I say again, this is alleged, but
I'm reading it from a website from page 6. So
no,
if page
no,
6,
no, 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 no. I'm about to tell you what that's saying something was found. That's not saying what was found.
right, they're not listing that. No.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you what I think was found. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, Allegedly, I heard that it was some necrophilia type shit.
That's what a lot of people are talking about. Yes, some necrophilia things that were happening.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but That's what I heard.
That's not the reason that he withdrew, though. But I don't know. We don't know if that's the reason or not. But
No,
he said for ethical reasons, which could mean various things. But
Okay,
my
so here's
thinking
what I got.
is
he couldn't fuck with that.
no. My thinking is he was being asked to do something that would incriminate himself. And with this being a RICO charges will affect the lawyer as well.
Yeah, it was.
So I think he withdrew to save his own ass.
That's what it's saying
That's
online.
literally what he did. We just trying to find out why.
Okay, so this last thing I want to read on this, and then we're going to move on to something else. Uh, Recent online rumors have linked Diddy to allegations of necrophilia and necromancy, suggesting that this is why his attorney, Anthony Rico, withdrew his defense from the charges. However, they're unfounded. There's no proof, but that's what they're saying. Like something has come up in regards to, Diddy and necrophilia allegedly, and then that's why allegedly,
Please tell the audience what that means.
huh?
In case there's audience members who don't know what that means, please tell them what it means.
Allegedly,
No.
necrophilia.
Necrophilia.
Necro-
I'm trying to say, how do you not know what allegedly means? Like, what the fuck? Okay.
no,
Necrophilia is someone who has a sexual desire to fuck a dead body. That's the most blatant the way I can say it.
no. Have relationships with a dead body.
Or say it that way. You can say it that way. You can say it that way too.
Some can fuck or whatever, but
You know,
like
a
it's
dead body can be a sneaky link for you. That's what he's saying. If you want to have a dead body as a sneaky link, you work that out between you and your guy. Anyway, that's what the latest of all that, because this shit is wild. This shit is so wild. Like I don't even know what to say. Like the hip hop mogul has fucked up his shit. I mean, truly has fucked up his shit.
what
You know,
what about
Hitler is done.
what about Jay-Z?
I don't.
So for the as current Jay-Z and Diddy's charges have been dropped by Tony Busby.
For the one case.
Yeah, just for the one case.
But I was gonna say that she dropped that because her shit was so unprovable.
No, that is not the issue. Uh, so, so I don't like the reporting that's been going on with that. Those charges were dropped because whoever was responsible for filing his paperwork for him to be able to, I guess, litigate the case in the Southern District did not file the paperwork in time. So he withdrew that case because he wasn't unable to get the proper what's the word I'm looking for, the proper give me the word.
Litigation.
No, the proper paperwork, proper ability to actually try the case, and with it being tried under the what is that? The man's law? It's some kind of
Yeah, the man's law.
so the time for him to do that was about to run out, which is the 28th, and so it wouldn't be approved until like a month later. So he had to withdraw, and he wouldn't be able to file it because of the time constraints. They're making it seem like it was because there was some unfounded information, but that's not the case. It was removed because of a technicality.
But
So we don't know if he's not guilty or guilty. So I just wanted to make that known.
all right, that's true. But somebody who is in charge or somebody who is rubbing elbows with somebody who is in charge of the media, i.e., YouTube, i.e., Leo Cohen, and i.e., Jay Z, they can filter that and say, okay, this is the reason. This the real reason, but this is the reason. And they can filter that and say anybody who is doing a video about the real reason, we ain't gonna approve that.
Well, there's definitely a PR campaign going on to make sure that everyone believes that he's innocent. If you really look at things, what's being said, why it's being said, how it's being said, it looks away. And there are firms that are paid to do these kind of things, not to mention his connections to a lot of social media allows him to have certain things suppressed. So there's definitely something going on, but we don't know for certain. All of this is alleged.
Yep.
All we can do is sit and wait. Things will come out in time, definitely. And he still has a lawsuit that's in progress by Tony Busby for a criminal act. So a lot of people have missed that. So we'll see how these things pan out as time goes on and see where the cards fall. Yeah.
All righty. That was a decent little recap of that situation. Either way, he's going to fucking jail. So, moving on.
Well, definitely the diddler is going to jail. We don't know about the jiggler yet.
Now, something came to mind. I wanted to go back. Thinking of 2024, I would be remiss if I did not mention one of my favorite shows of 2024, Agatha All Along. Came to my mind while you guys were talking. Because I tuned y'all out halfway through. I love you both. But I figured while y'all had screen
I
time,
did too a little bit, but I love
yeah.
you.
I was in my mind trying to think of like other topics and segues. I'm like, I'm gonna let them have this. This will be good. And then I'm gonna think of something I can like segue.
I think it was informative though.
It was. Like, we don't see the thing about it. That's important. Y'all have more of the hip hop knowledge than we do, so we let y'all get into y'all bag and give us that good information. But back to Agatha All Along. I think that was probably one of the best shows of 2024 for me. Like, I am someone that loves everything magic and fantasy and all that shit. Yes. So I think that was a fucking amazing show. I loved how they wrote the story. I loved the whole thing about the Witch's Road. I thought it was so well taught and had so many practical effects. Like, it gave me those feels for like the old TV sitcoms used to watch that were not so CGI heavy. It did have its fair amount of CGI in it, but not so much. I thought that it was just simply amazing. Was there a show for you, my friend, that just like took you over the moon this past year?
Probably really Agatha. I was very invested in Agatha because I live for Catherine Hahn, but that was
Yeah,
probably one of the best shows. That I spent 2024 binge watching a lot of old stuff. So that was kind of my 2024. But as far as new, yeah, Agatha was probably my at the top of the list for a show I truly enjoyed in 2024. And wish that there could be more seasons. I know there's not going to be, but
yeah,
I wouldn't be mad if they did another season. But I know it's not happening.
yes. And the best movie for me, as you can see from 2024, was Wicked. My
I
mighty, my mighty sweatshirt that I made myself that is in my store.
what does it say? I can't
Oh,
tell.
it's where it says, "I'm through accepting limits because someone says they're so." Very poignant, isn't it? Um, so yes, this sweatshirt that I am wearing right now, you can purchase from my store, artisticstudios.com. Um,
Do you feel like Wicked is going to win any Oscars?
I hope. Here's the thing. I believe Wicked will win for like costume design and set design, things like that. I do believe Wicked will win for those things. I don't know about the lead actress and supporting actress roles. Those are very big roles. Those are very big awards. And they're up against a lot of other big name actresses. Matter of fact, let me pull that up right now. We can discuss that.
Demi Moore is the front runner.
Because, baby, that movie she did, people are talking.
Oh, so
I
you
need to
watched
watch
it? Did you watch it?
Matter of fact, Shazam did recommend us watching that. So be on the lookout for that.
Oh,
He's
oh,
doing a review show of that Disturbance, right?
The substance.
The Substance. I apologize. Not Disturbance. Where I get that from? I'm
Ants. It
disturbed.
has
That's
an ants.
the movie was causing a disturbance. That's what it was. Uh, no, but yes, I have heard a lot of good things about this movie, and being someone who is not 100% in the horror genre, my friends love to take
It's
me
not
so
a
I can,
horror.
react and lose my damn mind.
He
But
thinks
I
everything's a
do
horror.
want to see this. No, because these motherfuckers got me to see A Quiet Place day one, and fuck all three of you for that shit. Because
It was a good psychological drama.
it was an hour and a half of footage that
And
I
I
did
hate that series, but that
not
was a good psychological drama. That last one was really good.
kiss my ass. I spent an
No,
hour
the
and a half
last one
watching that movie.
was the
I was
least
recorded it. They
favorite to
never
me.
used that footage. It was
Really?
a waste of my
Yes,
time.
the
Wow.
last one was my least favorite.
I did
Well,
not.
as long as Frodo survived, I was okay.
I like 2, 1, 3. That's my order.
That's your order. Like I here's the thing. I do not mind a good horror movie, but I'm more into like suspense because practical effects will make me laugh now that I know they are, or they'll give me a really bad jump scare depending on how it is. Because I'm telling you, like A Quiet Place, they did have some jump scares, but it was more of the suspense of it all. It was more watching when they opened up their face and you see all the teeth and everything. That was just horrific. That was horrific. But I will watch the substance. I will check that out. But to your question, Hemi, I do think they stand a chance. But there are some badass actresses in them categories. There are some badass
I
actresses
agree.
in those categories. Like, what do you feel about what I'm saying them as far as the Oscars are concerned? Do you have a stake? Do you think they're going to win? Wait a minute,
No,
the
no.
Oscars on
I
Sunday?
think they deserve to be nominated, but I don't think they're going to win. I think the front runners for the best actress are Demi Moore and my boo from Avatar. What's her name? It's it's
Zendaya? No, that's not Zendaya.
not
Um,
Zendaya.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Dune. I apologize. Zoe Saldana.
Yes, that's my boo. So
Yes.
I think it's between her and Demi, but I
Okay.
definitely think they should be
What was Zoe
nominated. I
in?
live for Ariana. She was in Amelia Perez.
Okay, I don't know anything about that one.
It's
I'm
about
pulling
like
it up now.
transvestite that was involved in crime, and um Zoe Saldana and Selena Gomez and a couple other stars are in this movie, but it's been winning
Boy,
awards left and
Oh,
right.
okay. I need to look at that. All right.
Yeah.
Before we move on or whatever, I want to say what I watched in 2024 or whatever.
by all means.
From
You
um,
did tell me to watch
Excellent
that like
show.
a
I
few times.
love
I
it.
also
I
said From
love
was pretty good.
yeah, you said what, Hemi?
I love that show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to figure out what is going on because they keep you
Que
so
sera,
confused.
sera, whatever it will
Um,
be.
also,
be.
they just said how um they threw the rope down to what was the black guy's name?
Yeah, how he got the rope from the girl.
Yeah, because they
I was
took
wondering that from the very jump. Like, wait, how you
yeah,
get to that rope?
he got up
One
there.
season later, like,
Yeah, but yeah, that was a good show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm that they did give us some answers to things, and I could spoil it because the whole season came out. Just the fact that she gave birth to the one that he killed, she birthed the thing again so he could live again. So
oh,
freaked
I didn't
me
like
out.
that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't
That
like that at
so
all.
freaked me out.
It would have been cool if it made sense if you really paid attention to the sequence of events, but I'll let them cook.
The only
Whatever.
reason it made some sense to me because they revealed that that lady has been there in a different life. So it makes sense that they rebirthing these monsters too, because the same people get
But
a
she
new
was
life and end
pregnant
up
before
back
that
there again.
happened. She was pregnant before that monster died. That's the thing that bugged me.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Go back and watch. No, she was not.
Trust me, she literally was that whole pregnancy thing happened before Smiley got murked.
No, it did not.
Yes, it did.
No, it did not. Go
I
back and
will
watch it.
I will bet you one of my children.
Y'all are funny. I swear to God, Hibby will never be wrong. Hibby will never be wrong.
I will bet you one of my children.
Always argue
I don't
that.
want for kids code, so I don't want to bet on that. I'm not betting on that one. Was there anything you watched, Cole? I mean, Shazam.
Well, yeah, but I know there were a lot of great shows that came out, but I can't say I watched them all the way to completion.
It's just one thing that stick
Yeah,
out.
just one
But
good show that stuck
okay,
out.
but for me, the thing I did watch all the way through that I have a particular joy for is Godzilla stuff. I love kaiju's and all that kind of good things. And the Monarch series was really great. I'm sorry, I love the Monarch series.
I don't know what that is. What is that about?
So Monarch is a series based in the new Godzilla universe that deals with the organization that categorizes, hunts down, and does studies on the appearance of kaiju in the world.
And what
So
is a kaiju?
the kaiju is the big
Japanese monster.
monsters. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I just know Godzilla. I didn't know that they.
Yes, they
Well,
classify
if you
them as
don't mind,
kaijus.
may I real quickly? So, a kaiju
Oh
is a
God, here we
Japanese
go.
monster that falls under the genre. You stepped right into my bag. So, it steps into the monster genre under tokusatsu, which stands for special effects movies. And kaiju movies or Japanese monster movies fall under that category. Godzilla, Mothra, and what's the one you just said? Monarch?
Monarch is the TV series based upon the organization that categorizes, hunts down, and does
Right.
scientific studies of these monsters.
So that's where it all comes from. Kaijus are basically giant Japanese monsters. And all those ones you see in the Godzilla movies, like, the three-headed one, the three-headed monsters and Mothra, which is a giant moth, like that, they all are considered kaiju. Godzilla is a kaiju.
Cole, I mean, Shazam actually said that, but okay.
I just excited when you explain it. I just want to explain it.
So the
Just
series Monarch Legacy of Monsters is on Apple TV, if I remember correctly.
I know the creatures like Mega Godzilla, Mothra. My best friend made me watch Godzilla stuff growing up. Like you could clearly see got a man in a costume stepping on toy houses. That so I know like the monsters and stuff. I just didn't know they had a genre or whatever, a kaiju. They had it. I just thought they were Godzilla and Mothra and Mega Godzilla and all those people. So
side note,
something new today.
that is also where I got the inspiration for the Megazord fights in Power Rangers. Was how they used to design the Godzilla fights and stuff back in the day. Like you just said, people in suits stepping on the models. That inspired how they do the Megazord fight.
Which is why I always loved the Green Ranger more than everybody, because his Zord was better than everyone's because it looked like Godzilla.
Nerd
alert.
Great.
Was there anything else in 2024 that stuck out to any of us?
The battle.
Oh, Drake and
Good
Kenny.
Lord.
That was amazing.
The battle that won't end. Jesus.
The battle that won't end because Aubrey won't let it end.
Scorpios being their feelings.
Being that we have hit an hour,
it feels like a romantic romantic gone wrong to me. I'm just
okay. Never
that's what
mind.
it feels like to me.
Kendrick is kind of thick. I mean,
no, you did the Super Bowl. And so, honey, I was looking at him very different at Super Bowl. I was like, wait a minute, honey.
And that's alleged. I want to say allegedly, it feels like a romance gone wrong. That's just my opinion.
I mean, most definitely. Like, who could want to be dealing with Drake anyway?
Like, I'm sorry. The Super Bowl was probably, I know it didn't happen in 2024, but I got to talk about it. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I have enjoyed many a Super Bowl show, But that one, that'll go down in history as one of the best, in my opinion. One of the best.
And if you don't feel the same way about it, y'all not like us.
Um,
The simplistic complexity of it all. I mean,
yeah.
it
Oh
was
my god!
everything,
Like
and it's still giving to
I'm
this day.
literally still finding out shit. Oh my god!
I'll
Like
tell you,
literally. I watched the video at NAB. I watched the video um to where they said the Super Bowl performance, how it was viewed as the viewers on TV or whatever. They said they paused the thing when he said A minor, and it was a scale of music, and that they was performing or whatever, and he was at the A minor on the scale, like literally.
he had to find a video and put that out to me. He was so hit. You were so enthralled. Look, wait, no, you have to see this. You have to see. No, wait, no. You don't understand. No. I was like, Eric, okay, no, wait, no. Like,
Oh no, no! I'm like, because it's like, okay, he wrote the song like, what was it? July or August or something or
Yeah,
whatever.
some way back when.
And we still, and he performing the song now or whatever, and it's like multiple things on how he throwing shade at Drake, and the shit is true. Some shit, some shit, hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's all it's all true. Like, oh my god, like, nah.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
Um,
maniacal. I always say,
yeah, like,
watch out for the silent ones because they the
oh
ones that's always thinking. Don't be messing around with them. You don't know what the hell they're gonna
no,
do.
I'm just
I agree.
surprised
I
on
agree.
how
yeah,
maniacal he is. Like, oh my god, he said, this could be a friendly pay. Keep it that way. And he had to go and say, Whitney was fucking whoever or whatever. He
Yeah,
had
he
to,
was beating her.
yeah, he had to say it about his family or whatever. And so he said, okay. It could get real deep.
okay. Now, I'm gonna need you next time to have actual names instead of saying whoever and whatever, sir. But all right, coming to the end of our show, because it's been an hour and 15 minutes. We've talked about a good amount of different things. Let's table this because we can go to a second episode if we should decide to. But wrapping this up, my co-host, my friend, how would you sum up your 2024? Like, give me a sentence, a phrase, give me a thought to sum up 2024 for you.
2024 was a year of learning and acceptance for me. Accepting just learning how to be a better parent to my children, accepting the fact that I am a parent and this is not going to change.
Doing that now?
No, it's all listen, until you in it, it's all you always had. I had a glimmer of hope that maybe the parents would get it together, but I had to own and realize that they're with me for the rest of their lives or the rest of mine, however that goes. But so it's a big year of that, and I'm in a much better headspace as far as that. And um just accepting that I am in a space where I know I'm supposed to help people, and we've had those conversations, but I know that about me.
Yeah.
So that's my 2024.
And what are you looking ahead to? What do you see for yourself? Like, because 2025 is just still starting, and we know how fast these years can go. So, what's in your mind that you already see you got that you want to see come to fruition this past year?
Stepping down from the executive board of Onyx, I have
Counting,
enjoyed
counting the days,
I have
counting the fucking days.
enjoyed being the president, but I told y'all I'm ready to sit in the pews with my church lady hat on and just watch the service. I'm ready to step down, and then just finishing rewriting my book and making good memories with my friends and family. I.e., you guys and my other friends and family. So,
Yes, I would say for
and what
myself,
about you? How you
ah,
looking at 2024?
learning, growing. Um, for me, it has been understanding that a lot of what I hear in my head is not true. I have a strong support system that has gotten me over a lot of humps and genuinely loves me for who I am, the crazy, anxiety ridden pothead I can be sometimes, all the times, most times.
I'm about to say sometimes.
Most times, because this brain stays woo. But also, I think the major thing is gratitude. I finally really understand what it means to be grateful for the people in your life, for what you have, and how most people don't understand. You can look around and see, you feel like you don't have anything because it's just some of the things you want, your comforts or things like that. But I have learned how to appreciate so much this year and appreciate where I am, and that I'm not in a race with nobody. I'm in a race with no one other than me. I don't have to prove anything to anybody, and that for me is a very freeing feeling. What I'm looking forward to next year is to see
You mean
this.
this year?
Thank you. What I'm looking forward to see happen this year is to see this show grow. That is what I want to see the most. I want this show to grow. I want to continue to work on my mental health, but I want to reach a much broader audience. I do want us to have live shows as we have discussed, the things and dreams that we all have for this show is what I want to see happen this year. I do believe that this is a wonderful prime year for us to really take this show and do some amazing shit with
And speaking of that, I just want to shout out in case she decides to listen to season 2, our first official random fan. And
Oh yeah,
by random I mean a fan, somebody we didn't know,
right.
somebody we
And we
didn't
definitely
push
appreciate
the show to and say, listen, we found one last weekend who randomly in a conversation I had with her in our Onyx suite just ended up saying, "Oh my God, I listened to your podcast. I love you. I'm fangirling over you a little bit." And it just
Oh wow!
really
All
made
right.
me happy that it was like, this lady has actually heard our podcast.
it. Right.
And I didn't send it to her. So I just wanted to acknowledge her. If she is listening, we
Yeah.
appreciate you. Please pass it on to your friends and tell them to listen too. Thank you. I
Thank
needed
you
to acknowledge
so
her.
very much. Yes. And to anybody and everybody that does listen, we definitely do appreciate it. It does mean the world to us. It truly does. You know what I'm saying? And if you have not subscribed to us yet, please subscribe. Do all the things. Like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications. That way you can always know when we are going to be shooting our shows, or I mean post our shows. So
Oh, I can't remember the ending.
We
You
are
can
going
listen to us.
to wing this bitch because I'm going to go through as much memory as I got. Let's see what we can do.
We'll
Wait,
figure it out.
Alrighty.
you
Uh,
can
And
listen to
three.
us wherever podcasts are available.
Right.
did he say comment?
Comment, yes. Comment, like, subscribe, and share.
Okay.
And turn on notifications.
Um,
So, now, with that being said, let's see how good this memory is. You can listen to our show every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. on Spotify and everywhere that you get your podcasts. And you can also watch our show on Friday mornings at 11 a.m. on YouTube.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
What's the Point Pod.
Thank
Right.
you. On everything is What's the Point Pod. I believe that was
Our
it.
website, which is at the bottom right here.
Yes, you can go to the website right there. It is there. It's listed, and on that website you can listen. You can listen to and or watch our old episodes from season 1. You can get more information about us. We're going to be posting more about upcoming shows. We're going to start posting our guests on our website so you can see who our upcoming guests are as well. So we'll be updating our website. We have a lot more come, and merchandise will be coming on the way as well. Got that down the barrel. So
and we are going to engage.
yes, we're going to engage a lot more.
Yeah, find us on social media.
Yes. So find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well. So please continue to find us, reach out. We will engage with you all. We want to talk to all of you, get ideas, tell us what you want to hear on the show, and things like that. So thank you all so very much. This was an amazing episode. I look forward to our next episode next week. And my friend Hemi, please tell our guests what they can do.
Keep it classy. Keep it classy.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.